to the cloud. And then let me record here too. And we're going to be talking tonight all about just avoiding burnout, getting ready for the holidays. This can be a very just crazy crunch time, right? When we're right in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, trying to get all the things done can be really, really overwhelming. And I love to talk about this topic. I'm so passionate about it because this is really how I got into doTERRA. It was stress, anxiety, overwhelm. I was a wreck trying to juggle and spin all the plates to do all the things. And twice a year, I would get really sick. It would always happen in January after the busy Christmas season. I would just run myself ragged, and like the middle to end of January I would always get really sick, and then also in June because I would run myself ragged at work and just really getting fatigued and burned out. And I would usually, the final straw was in 2016 when it was in June, which is so crazy to come down with, I had pneumonia, I had bronchitis, and I had shingles. I had like the trifecta of sickness because I just completely burned myself out, right? And that was right before I got introduced to essential oils. That was in June, and a friend introduced me to doTERRA in August. So this was a wonderful tool that I learned how to incorporate into my daily routine. And it made a huge difference. And it was such an incredible win to make it through the holidays and not be a complete train wreck, right? So I have some great, great tips for you. Again, if you guys have one of your favorite oils nearby, for me, God, I don't want to lose my voice right now, is balance. And balance is our grounding blend. So if someone mentioned or throw in the chat maybe what you're using. I know some people have said Serenity. Faye, I think, also had balance, anything like that, very calming. I just put a couple drops in my hand. Balance, again, our grounding blend. Just take this time for yourself to just cup and inhale, breathe it in. And then something really fun I love to do, again, it is busy, so there isn't a lot of time, but you can give yourself 10 seconds to just put some oils right on your fingers and just massage your ears. Okay, right inside here, there's so many nerve endings in your ears, and just give them a little love. Give them 10 seconds of love, little massage. And it's amazing how quickly this helps and supports the system. I can feel myself calming down. I'm not really nervous. I know most of you, but I want to make sure that that you're getting all the education and you're feeling supported. So I can already feel myself starting to calm down, clear mind, right? So giving yourself, when you start using your oils, you'll notice that you're much more in tune with your body and you're much more aware of when you're starting to have these reactions, right? These feelings, these emotions. So having your supportive oils nearby and on hand is really, really important. So for me, balance is pretty much in my pocket. It's with me all the time. Sometimes all it takes is just opening the top and just taking some deep breaths. Again, giving yourself 10 to 15 seconds has a huge impact. So a couple of my tips is to be prepared. I know that we're on crunch time. I'm still working on Christmas gifts, but if we start thinking about like the 8 billion things that we have to do before Christmas, it will get really overwhelmed. It will throw us into that fight or flight or freeze mode. A lot of times I get into freeze mode where I can't do anything at all. So trying to tackle your list and maybe wake up and make a list of just 3 things that are 2 to 3 things that you're going to tackle that day. Okay. Try not to think of in making this list of 40 different things you need to get done. That is very overwhelming, and work to space it out. So be prepared for the day, trying to tackle, maybe you don't need to go buy presents for everybody today, but maybe you've got one person in mind and start to create that tempo. The more prepared we are, the more relaxed and the more clear thinking we have. Another great tip is to be able to schedule your time. Okay. We are go, go, go. All right. We're trying to get all the things done. We're still decorating trees and trying to get Christmas up here, getting, again, presents, getting events organized, travel, when is family coming in, all that stuff. And I cannot be in that adrenaline mode, that go mode all the time. So I actually put it on my phone, on my calendar, of when I'm going to be going for a walk, or when I'm going to be taking a bath, or if I'm going to be doing yoga, so that my entire family knows, okay, mom is busy right now between 6 and 7, and I'm not going to bother her. And if I don't put it on the calendar, it's so easy to push it off, right? And say, oh, I don't have time for my walk today. I don't have time to go do that. I got so much other stuff to do. So put it on the calendar, and I do it as a family calendar so that everybody knows what I'm doing, and I won't feel guilty then. Like if I don't have it on my calendar, I'll feel guilty if they ask me to do something. I'm like, well, actually, I was going to go for a walk, right? I'm always going to say yes to them. So if they see that, then they know that's my time, right? So that makes a huge difference to avoid any kind of guilt of taking that time. And it doesn't, it can be, my walks are maybe 25, 30 minutes. It's not a long, huge dedicated time, but it's just enough to be able to clear my mind and do kind of a reset and be prepared, and to avoid the crazy, right? Moving your body, again, this ties into like scheduling that time. So as we move our body, this releases natural endorphins where we feel good naturally from moving our body. Our body loves it. Just think about, like, if you guys have any, if anyone, does anyone have a dog at home? Like, even, I'm afraid to say it, my dog's over here looking at me, but when you say, do you want to go for a walk? Like they jump up, right? They're all excited, their tails wagging, they run to the door. It's good for everybody to move our body and get into motion, right? It's so healing and so great for our emotional support. Uh, Another great thing that goes hand in hand as we try to keep everything balanced is really pay attention to restorative sleep, making sure that you're getting good quality sleep. Sleep is when our body is doing all the repair and recharge on all of our systems. So, a couple tips for good restorative sleep has been really helpful to just kind of set the tone in your room. Make sure that it's not too warm. This is, again, I'm in my bedroom because this is the only place the internet works, so you can see my bed. But like making your bed, when you come at the end of the day into your bedroom, it's a much more appealing atmosphere than walking into a room where the sheets are all disheveled and everything's moved all over the place. Like that feels overwhelming to me and will almost make me just feel like, I don't know, just kind of out of whack, right? So making sure the bed is made, making sure it's the right temperature, getting that diffuser going. My husband and I both have our own diffusers on our own nightstands because we like different oils. So get your diffuser going at like a half hour to an hour before sleep. All right, because you will start to create this anchor where as you smell the oils, your body will be like, okay, it's time for Kara to go to sleep, right? This is the time. This is the oil I'm smelling that's helping to relax the body. And you're going to have that connection. Avoiding screen time is really important. So I'm trying to turn off the TV, trying to reduce that chatter. Any of like the blue lights that come off of the TV and the phones ignite and wake up our brain. Or if we're scrolling through and looking at Facebook or whatever it is, or we're scrolling through, all of anything that's coming in our feed is really designed to trigger us, right, and excite us. That's kind of what our phones are designed to do. All the news or the shopping, all those things wake up our brain, and we want to be able to naturally shut things down. um, yeah, reducing the electronics, room temperature, diffuser going. My favorite, I just can't live without it, and it's just part of my routine, is taking the Serenity soft gels. So the Serenity soft gels are different than the oil itself, because it has this L-theanine in it. And what that does is it helps to naturally balance all the hormones in our brain. Okay, so it helps to reduce that mind chatter. You can take 1 to 2 soft gels. It just depends on how you're struggling with sleep. But this helps me to be able to fall asleep. And the key is to stay asleep. right? Nothing's worse than falling asleep and then waking up at 2 in the morning and looking at your phone and being like, oh my gosh, how am I going to fall asleep now? So this helps you to fall asleep naturally, helps you to be able to stay asleep, and you don't ever wake up groggy. Okay, this is safe for all ages, and it's something that doesn't trick our body or change any us chemically in any way. We're always working with our body on a cellular level. So the Serenity soft gels, I wouldn't go anywhere without those. They're tried and true, and especially this time of year where you can't afford to miss any sleep, I highly, highly recommend having those on hand. Um, Hydration is really important. So, 80% of our brain is water. So, making sure, especially now in the winter where the air can be a little bit drier, we're inside where the heat may be on, again, the air is going to be drier. So, make sure that you're staying hydrated, and add some of your wonderful citrus oils, or thank God for MetaPower, right? I don't know what I would do with that. I'm so addicted. It's in my water. I'm drinking it pretty much all day long. Mm. MetaPower has incredible oils in it. So you have your grapefruit, your lemon, peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon in here. So you're getting a beautiful blend of not only oils that will help to kind of energize you and wake you up, but also helping with focusing, and being able to regulate that metabolism. So just all those oils are so good. And I just finished an incredible, intense growth program with doTERRA, and it was called Diamond Club, and it was a 4-month run, August through November. And this is the fourth time I've done it. So it's pretty intense. And there's are certain requirements every single month. So our team has to have a certain amount of enrollments. We have to have a certain amount of classes. And usually by the end of it, I'm completely depleted. I am just so tired. I don't feel like, doing my doTERRA work. I feel like I need to take a month off. And this is the first time, and I think it's because of MetaPower, where I don't feel that way. I didn't skip a beat at all. We crushed our enrollments at the end of November. It was amazing. We had an awesome month. Our team totally rocked it. And we're already setting up classes for the future and connecting with people and continuing to share and talk. And I've never had that feeling before. And I credit it to MetaPower. I had a friend who just started MetaPower 3 days ago and texted me and said, oh my gosh, like you didn't tell me that I would feel this good this fast. And she said, I already have like such better cognitive function. I'm focusing so much better, which is, we really need that now more than ever. But MetaPower is such an incredible system. It's 3 simple steps, right? And so getting used to that. Yeah, she's on the whole system. And the whole system is important because everything works together, right? So it's just 3 things. So you're taking the advantage with your collagen, and your NMN. The assist, of course, is so important because that's helping to balance our blood sugar and reduce those sugar crashes. And then the oil itself. And the oil is completely freestyle. You can choose, you don't have to use all 4 of them in a day, but using either the oil, the 15 ml itself, the soft gels, the gum, beadlets, whatever it may be, find what you enjoy most. I love drinking the MetaPower in my water throughout the day. That just keeps me kind of like in a good tempo. I can just feel it. So MetaPower is going to really help you to prevent that burnout and what I call like adrenal fatigue. So you can feel adrenal fatigue when you're just like, I don't know, I just don't have the energy, right? I just don't. You feel very like just lackluster. You don't feel like you're just wanting to be motivated to go do anything. All right. And that is your adrenals being affected by just kind of being in that fight or flight mode for too long of a time, right? Our adrenals are our battery packs. If you don't know where they're located, if you take your fists here and just put them right to the small of your back, that's right, kind of right up above your kidneys. That's right where your adrenals are. And again, they are our battery packs. They are the tools that will release that adrenaline into our system when we get overcharged or we need to get into motion or something is happening, right? And we're like, ugh. So our adrenals are releasing that adrenaline. And so doing that for over a prolonged period of time really wears on the system, and our batteries just completely run out. So there are some key oils that will really help with being able to not only avoid that adrenal fatigue, but help to kind of recharge those batteries and bring us back up to speed. So some key ones that I tune into is definitely going to be rosemary. And I love the way rosemary smells. Also, that's just to me, when I smell rosemary, it's very soothing and calming. Great one, basil and geranium. Holy basil is another great one, and ylang ylang. So I'm diffusing basil and peppermint pretty much all the time during this time frame, because again, that basil's helping with so many things, but just with that adrenal fatigue, especially making sure that I continue to keep going here. And the peppermint's just a natural energizer, pick me up. So to be able to kind of soothe your adrenals and recharge your adrenals, you can put the oils right on the backs of your hands, right here and here. So what I'll do is just kind of dab your oils. I'm just using balance because I'm just balancing everything tonight. But just put them right there. And then you can just go right to that small of your back with your fists now and just massage in. Oh, yeah, balance is a good one. So that will help to kind of recharge. Again, holy basil is a really great one. I use that one a lot. But you can do any kind of combination too. So, and I always recommend to keep the body guessing. So don't just stick with, just always do rosemary. Change it up, or maybe do some sort of combination where we're keeping the body guessing. Every single oil has different constituents in it. So we can use, kind of just like we wouldn't want to keep eating the same food every day. I don't know how my dogs do it. I mean, I just scoop that food and they're eating it. I would not want to do that. Same way with your oils, right? You want some variety. My top tool is going to be adaptive. How many of you guys can throw it in the chat? How much adaptive has saved you in the past 2 years, right? It has been incredible. This is our blend. This is our calming blend. And it is a beautiful combination of wonderful oils that not only help to calm the body down. So there's a lot of floral oils in adaptive that help us to kind of right? But there's also good ones in here like rosemary and wild orange that help us to be able to focus and be able to keep in motion. So there's a lot of junk on the market that where people are taking something to be able to relax and calm down, but then they can't do anything, right? They're just like, oh, right? You're all relaxed and you have no motivation to do anything. I can't afford to do that. I've got a lot to do. So being able to calm down, kind of clear the air and be able to focus, focusing is key, right? And so adaptive oil, this is one, it's always in the diffuser. It smells so good. It also comes in the roller ball form. So this is, my daughter's a freshman in college, and it's been really stressful. It's been stressful for all of us, but it's a big adjustment. And so her favorite oil is adaptive, and the roller has been her absolute favorite. And she just has this in her pocket. Great places to put it is to roll it right behind the ears, on your wrists. Okay, these are your pulse points. And then we learned this at convention that when adaptive first came out, but right into the webs of your hands. Okay, right in here. I don't know what it is exactly, but I mean, how often do we pay attention to the webs of our hand? It's probably the only time it's gotten any attention ever. So, there I am. So the rollerball, it smells really good. Man, that is good, right? The capsules are probably the most important part of the adaptive system. And the capsules are different, okay? They are not the same as the oil blend itself. So there are actually even different oils in the adaptive blend. And if you're ever curious and want to learn more about the supplements especially, you're going to want to look, this is my favorite reference book. I make sure everyone gets this Essential Basics book, but there is a section in here of just supplements. So when we look at the adaptive supplement, I just have to read this because I think it's so, hold on, I will read it much better if I do this. So it's a liquid cap combining a supportive blend of essential oils with clinically proven botanicals. It supports relaxation and encouragement when adapting to stressful situations or acclimating to new surroundings. intended as a tool to help manage effects of stress, tension, uneasiness, and worry that may come to during everyday life. Top uses is managing stress, boosting mood, a balance of mind and body, promote a positive attitude, improve your state of mind, invite resiliency, right? Resiliency. I love that word. Agility and mental well being. So, in the capsules themselves is lavender oil, coriander oil, wild orange oil, fennel oil. We have GABA in here, okay? And GABA is an amino acid that works with our cell receptors in our brain to help us to be able to calm down naturally. So, again, obviously, as you know, with every doTERRA product, every supplement, we're never tricking the body. We're never covering up or masking an issue. We're always working to help our body to be our best body, right? So GABA is in there. Ahi flower is in there, which is an omega, which helps promote serotonin and mental wellness. So it's helping to generate those happy, healthy thoughts. And then this scollectium root, which is from South Africa, it's also known as kanna. And this is helping to ease anxiety, to boost mood, to improve focus. It's a, let's see, I think it's in there. Yeah. And it also, what I love about this kanna or the scollectium root is that it also helps, it's an anti-inflammatory, the more research that they're doing on it, and it helps with energy and preventing fatigue. So again, and a lot of times that just happens, right? With stress, anxiety, overwhelm. There's so many things coming at us right now where I feel like it can be very draining. And so having those adaptive capsules, that's just part of my daily routine. I take one every morning. You can take one at night too. My daughter's taking one in the morning and at night, just because she said to me, she's like, man, mom, she's the one up at college. She said, I feel so good when I take that capsule in the morning. I wish I could take it later. And I said, you can totally do that. Just take it in the evening. It's going to help with sleep. Again, helping to just calm the body down and be able to think clearly. So that is a key one. I couldn't live without it. Diffusing is going to be one of your best ways to be able to calm the emotions, and everybody benefits with the diffuser, right? So don't wait till, for us, all of a sudden, everybody got sick in the home, all three of my kids. So we had every single diffuser we own was running in the home. And I'm like, we should not be waiting until people get sick to be running these. I mean, obviously, we don't need to run that many diffusers every day, but don't wait. Okay, be proactive about it and get the diffusers going. The diffuser is the quickest way to communicate with the brain. Okay, we're getting those in, we're smelling them in, and wham, it will have an instant impact on your mood. So, a great tip. Does anyone have any empty doTERRA bottles? Like, and you're like, they're so pretty, I don't know what to do with them, right? I have a basket. So if you don't have any empty ones, let me know. I will totally gift them to you. But I love to make my own blends in here because sometimes it can be tedious. Like, let's say I love, there's a lot of blends I love, but I love doing like patchouli, balance, and adaptive together, right? And it can be a little tedious to get the diffuser going and then do your balance and then do your adaptive and then do your patchouli, right? So we can make it a little bit easier. Like, I'll take an empty adaptive bottle, open it up, or maybe when it's a third full. Okay, so there's a little bit left. And then I'll add my balance to it and my patchouli or whatever your combination is. Have it all in one. And those labels that you get, your stickers, just remember to label it. So this is adaptive, but I added those two other oils. I'm going to put those stickers on here. And so now I know this is my blend, right? For stress and anxiety. It's already ready to go. And just set it right next to your diffuser. Put a water bottle and your little combination right next to your diffuser, and it will be so much easier to make sure that it's up and running, and you will be so thankful once you get that into motion. Oh gosh, well, I did talk about balance kind of in the beginning, right? I mean, this is the most reassuring, calming blend. It's like a firm hug when you put it on. It's just like, I got it, right? So those are some of my absolute favorites. I'd love to hear from you guys. If there's anybody who wants to unmute and maybe share kind of what's helping you power through this kind of last few weeks here of the crazy. And something maybe that's one of your go-tos. Let me see here what I'm reading. Yeah. The empty bottles in a large jar with your dryer balls. Yes, that's such a good idea. Or even your empty bottles, like if you have like a bowl of Epsom salts, you can just scoop your empty bottles into the Epsom salts and you'll still be able to scrape up that last little bit of oil and then just be able to empty that into your tub, right? Great little travel size for your Epsom salts too. Yeah, I know there's so, and here's the thing, right? Jennifer says that there's so many oils that, that are calming, right? And everybody's body chemistry is different. So for me, I'm reaching very often to balance and serenity, but you might have something totally different that has a big impact on you. And that can change over time because our bodies change, right? And the things that we need in our systems can change. So be okay with that. I it's really funny. I mean, you will learn to kind of just trust your intuition. So when I open up the drawer and I look at my oils, or I love this. I don't know if anyone got this from the holiday collection. This cute little train case is adorable. And I just have all my favorites in here. So it's really easy to carry around. When my kids, they were all sick and they all wanted oil massages, I was like Dr. Kara carrying this around into their rooms. It made it really, really easy to bring my favorites with me. And so keep them with you. Let's see. Should you rinse it? Let's see. Metapower. Where are we? Joan saying, should you rinse it after each use? Okay, like I'm assuming your diffuser. So I find that your diffuser will function much better. Especially like I've noticed with Serenity. Serenity is one that can leave almost like a little film in your diffuser. So being able to empty that out or kind of wipe it out, either like with a Kleenex or paper towel, something like that, to be able to keep that from not building up. And then with my diffusers, once a month, it's just part of my routine of getting, it's like a diffuser cleaning once a month. And so what we do is just put in some white vinegar and some water and let that run for 5 minutes. And then just empty that water out. Everything will wipe out a lot easier. Take a little Q-tip and then just wipe out that little center. And it will prolong your diffuser. If you don't clean your diffuser, it will not smell good. So like over time, you're like, that doesn't smell like balance. That's because you've got that buildup in there, right? So we want to be able to wipe that out. Oh yeah, and get under the dispenser with the Q-tip. Yeah, the Q-tip, definitely an important part of cleaning your diffuser. But and then just be kind to yourself. Like I said, remember to give yourself that 10 to 15 seconds of just a few moments to just, like I said, that little mini ear massage does an instant reset for me. Or just cupping and inhaling, anything that just allows you to have that reset is important. And learn how to say kind words to yourself. So a lot of times we're our own worst critic, right? So a lot of times we're the ones saying, "Oh my gosh, Kara, I can't believe it. You don't have any presents bought yet. You're still don't have that Christmas tree up." Whatever it is, we can really pick on ourselves and make us feel bad. So I've learned to speak a whole new language when talking to myself. And I even will say to myself, I learned this from Jenna Kutcher, who is an amazing inspirational speaker. She was at our convention this year. And I say this to my kids too, because I feel like everyone needs encouragement. And I say, I love who you are, but I love more than that, I love who you're becoming. And I just keep telling myself that I love who you're growing into. And I say that to my children. I love who you're growing into. And I feel like I want to say that to everybody, right? We're always growing and changing and evolving, and just to keep encouraging people and especially ourselves, right? Especially at this time. So yeah, take time out, use your oils, keep them close by. That's great. Anyone have any questions? We are good. All right. Well, thank you for listening, and be sure to incorporate these into your routine. And this recording will be available. Thank you. Thank you, Faye and Joan, for being my co-hosts tonight. And have a great night, everyone.